if you want to attract more clients for your coaching business, this marketing flywheel is the key you've probably been missing. So in this training, we're going to cover the 3 keys to having a marketing flywheel in your business and how you can leverage this to grow your audience, nurture them, and invite more and more clients to work with you. Now, if we're just meeting for the first time, hey, my name is Nathan Marchand. I'm a business coach, and for the past few years, I've worked with 6- and 7-figure coaches, helping them scale. Now, I've taken everything I've learned from that experience and compiled it into easy-to-follow frameworks and methods for early-stage coaches who want to attract more clients. And if that's you, if you are a coach who wants more clients, I put together a free guide to help you nail your niche, which is, in my opinion, the foundation to any 6-figure coaching business. So when you have your niche, it's going to help you be more magnetic, it's going to help you be more relevant, and it's going to help you attract the clients you want to work with online. Okay, so let's dive into the training. Marketing flywheel. So there's 3 components of this marketing flywheel, right? You need a grow lever. So you need a way to grow your audience. If your audience isn't growing, then what you're going to find is that you'll eventually run out of people to coach, right? There's not going to be enough new people coming into your world, finding out about who you are, and in turn becoming clients. So a lot of coaches are missing this piece. They don't have a way to consistently grow their audience. And in a second, we'll talk about how you can actually do this. The next piece is nurture. Okay? So if you're growing your audience, if you have new people coming into your world every single day, but you're not nurturing them, then they're not going to get to know you enough to become a client. So the nurture piece is hugely important. We nurture our clients through video, through email, through text message marketing, through our content on social media. These are the best ways to nurture people at scale. And we'll dive more into specific strategies with that in a moment. And then lastly, we have invite, right? We need to invite people to work with us. And this is happening at small scales and it's happening at big scales, right? I could invite somebody to a live training. I could invite somebody to book a call. I could invite someone to apply to work with me. I could invite somebody to register for a masterclass or watch a YouTube video, whatever it might be. All these invitations are going to help move people along in your business. So if you are running a coaching business and you're like, hey, I know I need to grow my audience, I know I need to nurture them, and I know obviously I need to invite them to work with me, because if you're not making invitations, then unfortunately no one's going to take you up on the things you're not asking for. So you need to invite your clients to actually work with you, to take next steps with you, whether that's downloading your free guide, whether that's joining your email list, whether that's getting on a call or applying. You need this step. It's super crucial. Okay, so grow. How do we grow our audience? So you can do this with organic. Okay, if you're just getting started, I'd recommend you start with organic marketing. If you're a little bit more advanced, if you're like, hey, I already have clients, I'm making some money in my coaching business, I'm looking to scale this up, then I would recommend ads, because that is an autopilot way to scale your audience fast. Now, on the organic side, there's a few things we can do here, right? We can send friend requests to connect with our ideal clients. We can, as of now in 2024, make reels on Instagram or shorts on YouTube, which get more reach, which in turn give us more exposure, which in turn warm people up to us and attract more and more of an audience. Some other ways to do this organically, you can have speaking engagements, okay? You can get on somebody's podcast. You can get in front of an audience of people live. You can create your own, masterclass and broadcast it to your Facebook audience as a way of getting more and more people into your world. Now, if you're running ads, this is a whole different game. I'm doing this right now. You have a landing page, you have a lead magnet, and I would also suggest having some kind of like Facebook group to bring people into, or some kind of community that you can congregate with everybody and they can get exposure to you, how you teach, what you offer as a coach, and that is super powerful for warming people up over time. So again, to recap, if you want to grow your audience, best organic methods of doing this: sending direct connection requests, whether that's on Facebook or LinkedIn. If you're on Instagram, you kind of have to play the algorithm game, whatever's going on in Instagram that's getting the most reach. Right now that's Reels. And then if you are wanting to get in front of a captive audience, you can do speaking arrangements, you can get on somebody's podcast. These are all great ways of getting people into your world and growing your audience. Now, if you're running ads, obviously you want to convert that traffic that you're paying for into traffic that you own. So if you have a landing page where you can, have an email capture in exchange for some kind of valuable item, a lead magnet, which, by the way, if you want my lead magnet, it's how to nail your niche, 3 steps to choose a profitable coaching niche. You can click the link below this video to download the lead magnet. Now, from there, also having some sort of a Facebook group, that's great for organic too, actually. I would recommend you do that. And yeah, so your landing page, your lead magnet, your email capture, you now have a growing audience from ads. Now, when it comes to nurturing, right, how do we do that? So there's a number of channels that we can use here. I would highly recommend, whether you're doing organic or ads, that you have a way to capture people's email. But let's put that, of course, email marketing, huge nurture channel. That's traffic that you own. Sometimes these algorithms, especially when we're putting out really niche content for our ideal client, it doesn't get all the reach that we would like it to. So if you are able to have an email list, for example, have over 1,000 subscribers as of this video, I can just broadcast my content to my email list. And that is way better than being at the mercy of the algorithm, which sometimes it shows my reel to 1,000 people, sometimes it shows it to 20. So this way you have a way of really commanding the attention you need when you need it and nurturing an audience and building relationships over time. So nurture comes down to email, it comes down to your content, okay? And the more clear you are on your niche, by the way, the more this content and this email marketing and this whole nurture process is going to resonate and lead to people becoming your ideal clients. So making content, you need to know, where does your ideal client hang out? Are they hanging out on Facebook? Are they hanging out on Instagram? Are they on LinkedIn? Are they on Twitter or TikTok? Wherever they are, that's where the attention is. That's where you need to start showing up. And that's where you need to start making content to attract those people into your world. And ideally, you have some sort of lead magnet that you can promote in your bio, or a group they can join in your bio, so that when people do find your content, they're like, hey, I like this person, I'm curious what the next steps are, how do I go deeper here? They have a clear path to get there. So we have email, we have content on social media. We'll use YouTube as a separate line. YouTube videos, extremely powerful. You can build up a library of trainings that your ideal customers can watch and eventually warm up to you, how you do things, how you teach, and eventually become clients through that process. So YouTube, super powerful channel. Whether you're doing short form or long form video, it's all very effective. What else have we got here? We have email, we have content, we have YouTube videos. Right now I just launched text message marketing. This is an amazing channel, guys. Text message marketing works really, really well. Email marketing works really, really well. If you can build a list of phone numbers, that's going to be super valuable to you in your coaching business, because you'll be able to drive that traffic and invite people to deepen the relationship with you and take next steps with you. So I'll give you a prime example. On Saturday, I just decided, hey, I want to go live. I want to share my marketing plan for this year. So I just queued up a live. I sent out a mass text with the Zoom link and a mass email with the Zoom link. And people showed up and they engaged and they participated, and it was super fun. So this way you're not at the mercy of I need to do this whole promotional sequence, and I need to make all these things to get people's attention and grow my business. It's the more you have all these channels working together, the easier everything is. Okay, so let's drop into the next one. So we have email, we have content, we have YouTube videos, we have SMS. We also have master classes, okay? So a masterclass, kind of like a webinar. This is an event where you host a free training that you invite people to. And on that training, they can learn something valuable. They can spend like an hour or so with you, and you're able to then invite them to work with you on a more personal level at the end. So masterclass is a huge piece of nurture. I would also say live trainings here, right? If you can do one live training a week in your Facebook group, that's going to accelerate the nurture process. And now there is a specific type of content that I recommend for a lot of these avenues. If you're doing social media, I recommend this content called embodied content, where you're hitting on some core beliefs and how you embody those beliefs. So therefore your audience sees you in that light as that person that they want to follow, that they want to learn from, who's already blazing the path ahead for them to follow. Now, we'll get into that in another video because it is a lot to unpack, and I want to keep this focused on the marketing flywheel. So, we've talked about growing your audience. We've talked about nurturing your audience. Now let's talk about inviting your audience to take next steps to work with you. So we have CTAs, which are calls to action, and we put those in our content in different ways, okay? So, for example, when I opened this video, I made an invitation for you guys to download my niche guide. I also made another invitation halfway through because it made sense. So, if you are making invitations, you can do kind of outright like, hey, download my niche guide, it's going to be amazing, it's going to change your life. Or like, hey, I'm doing this event, you should come. Or like, hey, I just made this video, would love for you to watch it, would love to hear your thoughts. Those are all little invitations that you can make that are very direct and very overt, you could say. And if you want to invite people to work with you, best place to do that is after like a master class or a long form training where you can do a proper, pitch, if you will, and tell people, what you do, how you can help them, who your program's for, and invite them to take the next steps and connect with you on a deeper level. So anyways, invitations. So you can do those outright CTAs, or you could do soft calls to action. So we'll call it a soft invitation. And I recently did this with an event I just did the other day, which was basically you just put out the same content you're going to put out anyways, and then you make a soft invitation at the end of that content. So, I made a post about being in state, and I made a post about being more sovereign. I made a post about being congruent in your actions and your behavior with the direction you're going in life. And at the end, I just put a little soft invitation. I was like, hey, if this resonates with you and you want to step into your sovereignty more as a coach, then I invite you to my 3 levels of consciousness live training, which I'm hosting tomorrow. So it was a very natural transition. I didn't make a whole promotional post or like promotional emails about it. I just sent valuable content and made these little soft invites at the end. And now here's the thing. If any one of these were to stop in your business, then you're going to hit some friction. And basically, let's use the example of like, okay, I'm not growing my audience. Well, what's going to happen then is you're going to nurture your existing audience, you're going to invite them to work with you, and over time, you're going to run out of clients because your audience hasn't grown, nobody new is finding out about you and what you do. Now, let's say you're growing your audience and you're just inviting them to do things and you're not nurturing them at all, which is not ideal, right? If you're like, hey, come to my thing, hey, I'm doing this event, hey, come to my live, hey, buy my program, like, you're not building the relationship and you're missing out on so much potential by doing that. And in fact, if that's how you're operating, you're only going to attract transactional buyers who are just like, they don't care about you, they don't care about who you are, they're just like, can you get me this result or not? They're not really sold on working with you as a person, and therefore they're not going to be ideal fits most of the time. They're just going to be super transactional, like, I give you this money, you give me this result, okay, good. But if you have the nurture piece, this is where your personality comes into play, your embodied content comes out to play, and you are able to build relationships at scale through the content that you make. So that's what happens when you do and do not have the nurture component. Now, let's say, and I see a lot of you do this, a lot of you coaches out there, you have a way to grow your audience, you have a way to nurture your audience, but you never invite them to do anything. And then you don't get the clients you want. So that is the problem, really, is like, okay, I've got new people in my world, I'm putting out valuable content, but like, why isn't anyone working with me? Well, you're not rolling out the red carpet for them. You're not showing them the way forward. You're not saying, hey, if you got a ton of value and you want to go deeper and you want to work with me one-on-one, here's what that looks like. Here's how I can help. Here's the next step. Would love to help you get to where you want to go. Click the link below, apply now, or book a call with me, send me this DM and we'll chat. Like, you need to be making these invitations. It's paramount to your success as a coach. And you don't have to do it in a way that's salesy or feels sleazy or gross. You can do it in a way that feels really natural, that flows like you would to a friend that you want to hang out with. Like, hey man, what are you doing this Friday? Like, you want to go see a movie, or like you want to go out to dinner? Like, yeah, hey, you want to download my free guide? Like, no attachment, no neediness there. There's just a genuine invitation to take the relationship deeper, to have fun together, and enjoy working with one another. All right, guys, that is the Marketing Flywheel. I hope you got a ton of value out of this video. And again, if you would like to go deeper, I would invite you to join me in my Facebook group, where you will get more and more amazing trainings at your fingertips to help you grow your coaching business. You'll also have direct access to me there, where we can chat in the comments, we can DM each other, do all the fun things that we can do on Facebook. Would love to see you there, and I look forward to meeting you. Ciao, ciao.